Right, I'm here. Please hit the like button, sub to the channel too, and also hit them notifications too, and share the video too. What's up, Sugar Mama? I see you in here, baby. Now, we gonna get into it. We got Celtics news, Lakers news, Heat news, retired NBA news. Got to spill a little bit of tea, spill a little bit of gossip, so to speak. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody feeling good. Hope everybody feeling good, man. All right, let's get down to it, okay? First and foremost, man, I want to give a shout out to the brother Ticket TV. He reported this first. Uh, I saw it, but I didn't get a chance to really give my spill on it. And plus, I've already talked about this situation before concerning the Celtics as it pertains to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Now, here's what's going on, okay? We have a situation now where, and I don't think it's too big of a deal, but in many people's eyes, it's always been sort of this power struggle. What's up with it, Ron? I see you in here, bro. It's always been sort of this power struggle, okay? There was a tweet that was put out, and it basically said that if Jaylen Brown was to get the ball a lot more and attempt more shots, then he would average 30 and he would pretty much be MVP, that sort of thing, right? And he liked the tweet, and everybody had went nuts, okay? Now, it's no secret that Jaylen Brown has been sought after by Ime Udoka. When in Houston, there have been many teams that have been interested in Jaylen Brown, and then also Jaylen Brown has flirted with the idea of possibly going to go do his own thing. Of course, the first team that comes to mind is H-Town. Yeah, and I'm gonna get to that right now, Ron. Now, I've already done a comparison and a contrast between the two players. Everybody knows how I feel about Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I criticized the shit out of him for the way that he performed in the slam dunk contest. But do not make any mistake about this, okay? I've told everybody how I felt about Jaylen Brown. Brown Sugar, because she's a Celtics fan. Shout out to True the King. He knows how I feel about Jaylen Brown. I feel like Jaylen Brown, if given the opportunity, he could actually lead a team. Now, I do disagree with the theory, the whole notion that, these guys are just always going to be a second fiddle and all of this other stuff. The thing that has held back Jaylen Brown to a certain degree has been his health, okay? Because it seems that he gets hurt at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? Not too much, but there's been some times when they needed Jaylen Brown, and unfortunately he wasn't there because of health issues. But the reason why I have Jaylen Brown above Tatum is because especially the last couple of years. Because if you go back and you look at the last couple of seasons, Jason Tatum has been, what's been a knock on Jason Tatum is his shot jacking. And listen, I like Jason Tatum, man. I like them both. But if we're going in a situation of who I think is more beneficial, is Jaylen Brown, just for the simple fact. Now, Jason Tatum has stepped it up on defense, but the thing that separates them two is the fact that Jaylen Brown has always been that two-way player. He doesn't really get talked about that much in terms of the two-way player. I fail to mention him sometimes, but he is one of the better two-way players. He can lock up at least three, possibly four positions on the floor. He is athletic. You know, he can get up. You know what I'm saying? He's a great breakaway player. And then the knock on Jaylen Brown that I do have on him is, you know, a lot of people still think that he could be better in terms of closing. Okay. But there have been times when Jaylen Brown has came up big in clutch situations. But yes, I like Jaylen Brown, and there's no knock on Tatum. They're both still young. Okay, they're both still young players, and a lot of people don't understand the success that they had early. Okay, you're talking about these two guys in the young, ripe ages that they were, reaching the Eastern Conference Finals, and people still have that in their mind. So the expectations for them are a lot higher. Let me read the comments. You said Brown just as good as Tatum. You said, I was just about to say, yeah, Sugar. You know, because that's your squad. They both still young and great superstars in my eyes. Yeah, they are. But the thing about it is listen, and we got to have this conversation, Sugar. You know, that's why I like having you on here, especially Ron and everybody else on here. We got, especially being that you're a Celtics fan and Lakers fans and Celtics fans, y'all got to have tough conversations, okay? Let me give you a prime example. When it came to Kobe and Shaq, okay, on the Lakers end, for all my Lakers fans in here, okay, who we're going to be talking about in just a minute. When it came to, okay, whose team is it now? When it came to Kobe and Shaq, you know, you had to make that. It was a tough decision to make, and you had to weigh the pros and cons. It might come to a situation like this if they don't win it this year. They went to the finals. They went to the finals, but they did not win. Okay. And they had an opportunity with Ime Udoka. If they go and they come up short this year, there's going to be two things that we got to be looking at, Sugar, in this situation. We got to be looking at Jaylen Brown. He's going to want to, you know, possibly move on and try to do his own thing and show people that he's the number one and he ain't a sidekick and all this other stuff, because they always subject him to being a sidekick when I see them as both equals, okay? And they're always talking about MVP, you know, with Tatum and stuff like that. Well, hey, like you just said, Sugar, and you made everybody's point, they're both superstars in your eyes. And I've always maintained this is what I've told True the King in the past, you have to play both ends of the floor. You know, it's no if fans are bust about it. I know everybody's talking about defenses lagging this era and stuff like that, but when it comes to the playoffs, the game slows down, and you need somebody that's gonna if they would have played a team like Denver, okay, in which they lost to Denver or whatever, you got to understand that, okay, as good as Jason Tatum is and everything, he can't continue to rely just on, okay, just his shot and stuff like that, because he's going to wear down. So that's where the defense comes in. And of course you got, you know, Drew Holiday, but who do you have that's a respectable defender, but also can knock down the shot, also can get you buckets, and also can drive to the basket too. That's Jaylen Brown. They stay focused. There's no stopping these two. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, we can't. Yeah, I know. It's like y'all either, and I think this is what the brother Cypress was talking about. You know, they need a closer and stuff like that. I kind of understood what they said, but Jason Tatum does close at times, but they do need to do it in crucial moments. It's like y'all are either blowing teams out, or when y'all get in a close game, in a tight niche game, that's where the problem is. Okay, that's where the problem lies. And it's sad to say we're running into a situation right now where Jaylen Brown is gonna want to eventually do his own thing and show people, because Jaylen Brown might be the MBPA, the Players Association, uh, president and everything, but at the same token, he still has the ego just like anybody else. Okay, he has the ego just like anybody else. It might not, he might not share it with everybody, but I'm pretty sure he's feeling like, okay, I bring a lot of value to this squad. I mean, yeah, it hasn't been all Tatum. Okay, and I've been blunt on that. I'm not going to go through the numbers and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying, because we're just not going to sit down and talk about that. But I will say that they're around the same point. I think for the career, for the whole entire career, this year Tatum is putting up 26, 27 points, something like that, and I think Brown is at, if I'm not mistaken, about 24. No, I think it was at 22.9 or something like that. It was somewhere along those lines. When I say that, I mean that they really need. If they don't stop. Well, what we got to understand about this team is that they about these two players rather. When we talk about Jason Tatum and when we talk about Jaylen Brown, they've been together. Paul, they've been together as teammates for a long time. Okay, and a lot of people have been questioning them, Brown Sugar. Like, okay, it's time to win a chip. Tatum star, Tatum the star. Brown is a closer. There you go. Salute to Cypress. Go sub to Cypress TV. But that's Cypress. I had to think about what you were saying earlier. But see, the thing about it is what we got to understand is that when it comes to Brown is gonna what? Listen, if they're not successful this year, I'm not surprised if them two if they break up everything. I'm not surprised because we're looking at a situation now. He's already expressed that H Town. You got Ime Udoka. Ime Udoka. He likes Brown. He likes the way Brown is. It's no knock on Tatum, but Brown is his type of player because Brown is a dog. Brown plays both ends of the floor. Ime Udoka likes players like Drew Holiday. He likes players like a Jared Brown. Um, he likes players like that. That are hard nosed. Like look at if you look at Houston and how they are and stuff, they're a bunch of scrappy athletic players. Um, and they're hard nosed, and they always give the Lakers problem because they pose their physicality. And I think Jaylen Brown being with them guys, having adding a veteran presence there, I think that they could be very competitive in the West. They could get H Town flowing again. What's up with it, Stephen Green? I see you in the building, bro. I like Batman and Robin. Yeah, without the success though, they just can't get over the hump. They get closer all the time. They had it just the previous season, okay, but they just cannot get over the hump. That's what Cypher's saying. That's what Brown Sugar's saying. They can't close. They can't close, man. And we got to look at a situation like they're always talking about Tatum. Tatum this, Tatum that, Tatum this, Tatum that. I'm guilty of it too. I've talked about Tatum. I said earlier, but he's taking a drop off from the MVP talks. He's not even in the top. He's not even in the discussion for MVP, like in terms of top three anymore. Because now you have Joker, you got SGA, Shy, Joker's Alexander, and then you got Giannis in that number 3 spot. You said, but the Celtics are going to be stuck with 3. That's not true. That's not true. They can make it happen. And what you also got to realize is that this is the thing that you also got to realize. I think Jaylen Brown, he has that option. If I'm not mistaken, he has that option. Jason Tatum, and you also got to realize too, they got a whole lot of players, that came over, just this season. They got, they got Porzingis, they got, Drew Holiday, stuff like that. Everybody thought that those moves that the Celtics made were stupid, but look how it worked today. And Cypress, this is what I'm telling you too, brother. This is what Ticket was saying too, man. It's gotta work this year. They gotta win this year. If they don't win this year, what you're saying right now, all of that stuff goes down the drain in terms of the money that they done put out, and that's gonna give Jaylen Brown even more of a reason to bounce, because he's like, well, damn, I'm like, I wanna continue playing. I like the environment. I love the Celtics tradition. I love, the culture and everything. But at the same token, he's also looking at it from a standpoint of, if somebody throwing them dollars at him, Memphis, hell yeah, he's gonna bounce. It's the same thing with Saquon Barkley. It's like, okay, I'm staying here. I'm going places and stuff like that, but we're not getting to where we want to. We're not getting over the hump. Whereas I could go to another place, be getting the same amount of money, possibly be my own guy, and even possibly even show that I'm the better player and everything, and it'll work out in the end. Possibly getting that Larry O'Brien. You don't think so? And this is another thing too that you got to realize too, Memphis and everybody else have been here. In 25, Paul George is going to be on the market. Paul George is going to be a free agent. And there's going to be some other people, other names. I forget. Probably y'all have to fact check me. It's a couple people that I looked up that are going to be free agents coming up next year. You said time is running out. Yeah, exactly. And I know, like I mentioned earlier, I might sound like a hypocrite if I said the same thing that you said, Stephen, saying that time is running out, because earlier I did say that Tatum is 26. These guys are still in their 20s and everything, but at the same time, they're not a young type of 20. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in terms of basketball age, they're actually entering in their prime. They're already in their peak, because they kind of, I'm not gonna say they peaked early, but they experienced a level of success quite early. You got to think, like I said, they went to the ECF early in their career. They just didn't get over that hump. Then they've been to the finals. After a while, I know Sugar. She's like, "Damn, can we get the trophy? Just get the goddamn trophy." But like I said, man, I've always maintained that Jaylen Brown is the better player. He's the more beneficial player. Now, if you're talking about like in terms of skill and being able to do a lot of moves and stuff like that, then okay, some people are gonna say Tatum. But in terms of just overall as a basketball player and what I would need, matter of fact, I would want Jaylen Brown for the Sixers. I would want Jaylen Brown in as a Sixer. I would want him with the Philadelphia 76ers. I think he would be a good fit for us, because that's what we need. We need perimeter defense. Just my opinion. I feel like that's what we need. We could get rid of like two or three players, man, and get Jaylen Brown. We'll get rid of that $39 million contract that Tobias Harris got. Yeah, yeah. Please get the trophy. But I don't. I really don't trust. I don't trust. The pressure is gonna be on them. Sugar Mama. The pressure is gonna be on them. It's gonna be more pressure on the Celtics. They got pressure on them every single year, and the thing about it is, are they gonna fold? Are they gonna be playing hot potato? Somebody's got to get direct and just say, you know what? Let me go ahead and lead us to the promised land and go ahead and get out of the way. You know what I'm saying? And I think Brown has the ability to do that. He's just not getting to just do. Now, now D Wade has been disrespected, y'all. Okay. Um, Dwayne Wade right now is being disrespected, because it's like they don't even talk about a statue for D Wade. Now I know he's supposed to be getting a bronze statue somewhere in the fall. It's been reported. They haven't announced the month yet of when, the exact date of when it's set to happen. But the reason why I bring this up is because they automatically just talk about LeBron getting a statue and don't even mention about Wade. Last time I checked, Wade was the first one to bring a championship there in Miami in '06. Okay? But you're automatically just saying, oh yeah, you're worried about LeBron getting the statue, as if he was the first one there in Miami. And I don't understand that. Why automatically are you just skipping over D Wade and acting like this guy wasn't a Miami Heat first, as if he did not bring or raise a banner in that arena before LeBron, and actually one of the most underappreciated sacrifices that a superstar can make by taking a back seat and letting the other guy go ahead and take control. But you want to, that makes no sense. And I'm tired of the D-Wade disrespect. Now, I don't agree with some of the stuff that D-Wade does off the court, okay? I've already been vocal about that, all the dressing and, the stuff, with his son and all that other stuff. I don't agree with all that Gabrielle Wade stuff. I don't agree with all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about strictly as a basketball player and what he did for Miami. What he did for Miami culture. It cannot be duplicated. I think people forgot what type of pressure they were on in that 06 finals. And D-Wade pretty much took the team on his back. You're talking about a Shaq that, I'm not going to say he was non-existent, but he was not the same Shaq, and he carried Shaq. If you go look at the numbers, Shaq didn't play as well as some people had thought he did. Okay, they thought that they were getting a Shaq that, was the Lakers Shaq, that used to dominate in all of the finals and stuff like that, but that wasn't that Shaq. He still was a decent player and everything. He still could get you, rebounds and stuff like that. But for the most part, it was D-Wade. He carried that whole entire squad. If you go look at the numbers in that 06 finals, pretty much single-handedly carried the team. You said Celtics are going to the final, but can they win the chip? No team in the East. Nah. You know what? I beg to differ, Steven. There are some teams that can actually challenge. They can challenge the Celtics, because this is the thing that you got to understand. The playoffs are a whole different monster. They're a whole different beast. Okay, so all the stuff that they're doing in the regular season and stuff like that, yeah, that's fine. But you got to think about it. There's three players. There are three players on there, including the coach, only that have finals experience, and then also you have a champion in Drew Holiday. Okay, and I might be a few others on there. What's it called? Has Pritchard got championship experience, and Missoula and stuff. But the thing about it, the thing that we have to understand is, okay, while you have that experience and stuff like that, Porzingis ain't never been in the finals. Porzingis has never played under this type of pressure before. And then also you got to wonder if you're gonna be able to depend on Porzingis and stuff, because that's what a lot of people will tell you. It's not Porzingis' skills and none of that other stuff. It's if he's gonna get hurt at the wrong time. We play awesome in the regular season, and then the playoffs we choke. Yeah, and I mean, look, that's just something they're gonna have to work on, and that's what I'm gonna pay close attention to. Now, it's gonna be a thing now where we gotta look, because listen, you have to understand this too, Steven. You got Orlando, who's a hungry team, okay? Orlando is in sixth place. I want people to understand that. Okay, Orlando is not to be slept on. They're a young team. They're not to be slept on. Miami is still a threat. At first, I was kind of iffy about Miami. Miami can be a scary team still. Okay, and you got a guy in Bam who can pretty much um, he could bully a guy like Porzingis, even though Porzingis would have the size advantage. They would still bully him. And Miami is a well conditioned team. They'll sneak up on you. I put it to you like that. Then you got a team like New York. Okay, you can never discount a guy out like a Brunson. The Sixers, man, we as much as I want to say that our team is ready, we got a whole bunch of problems within ourselves. But the only thing that I would give us is Maxi, and Kelly Oubre has been coming on these last couple games. He's been playing really aggressive, and that's why everybody was just saying to just go ahead and bench Tobias Harris and just let Kelly Oubre start. He ever since he had that a little accident or whatever earlier in the season or whatnot, he's came back and he's getting back to his old self. I've always liked Kelly Oubre. Maxie Brown. No, not Embiid. Not Embiid, man. You said D Wade put Miami on the map in terms of being a champ. He one that should be getting a statue first, bar none. It's like, but the thing about it though, Stephen, is that they automatically skip talking about D Wade and what he done and the greatness of D Wade. You know what I'm saying? At one point, people were calling him the second best shooting guard in the league, next to Kobe. Some people even had D Wade above Kobe when Kobe wasn't winning. But 9 times out of 10, people had Kobe above D Wade. And I might be a little biased because I enjoyed watching D Wade. I liked his style of play, man. I think it was, he had that transition, that up and down, that traditional Chicago style type of basketball. It never left him. But yeah, man, just the D Wade disrespect. I don't like that. Um, the next thing I gotta get to, man, is we gotta talk about Nick Young and what he said about Drea Mitchell or Drea Michelle, whatever. Now, Nick Young has came out and pretty much has aired dirty laundry, breaking the bro code, talking about how he doesn't think that a guy like Jalen Green should be dating a Drea Michelle because of what Drea Michelle did to Gilbert Arenas. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when Gilbert Arenas and him were in the league, of course, and they were playing together or whatnot, um, come to find out Drea Michelle was in the back seat doing something with Gilbert Arenas. You know what I'm saying? And you use your imagination. Well, to me, man, we all talk about this stuff about how breaking the bro code and how D'Lo broke the bro code with Swaggy P and everything. But Swaggy P is doing the same thing right here, and he's up in here trying to stir up a whole bunch of drama. That's what females do. I'm like, well, just leave it alone, because you were all hurt and pissed off and losing your mind when the same shit happened to you when you were about to get married to Iggy Azalea, okay? But now you want to judge, you want to sit up here and you want to try to put her on blast, because, she's pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And regardless of what the circumstances are, I know some people have their feelings about it. They think that, she's trying to get over. She's you know, they know what type of person she is and stuff like that. But Jalen Green, he's a grown man and he can do what he wants. Man, you should just butt out of the business, because nobody got in your business until you decided to let them in, and then you saw the results of that. Yeah, I mean, just shut your mouth and don't even say anything. This young dude, man, he like what he like, and he wants to do what he wants to do. You know what I'm saying? Let him make the decisions on his own. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need to intervene by doing any of that stuff. You had your chance to um to do everything. He's young. He's gonna have to learn. If you feel some type of way about this whole thing, then you're gonna have to just let him make his own mistake on his own. And you're not his mentor. You're not his big brother or anything like that. You could be, because it's a basketball fraternity. But instead, what you want to do is you want to sit up there and you want to criticize her and stuff like that. And you know what? I'm kind of starting to like back off a little bit, Andre and Michelle and stuff like that, because even though I don't know her personally or any of that other stuff, like a child sometimes, well, she already got a son and everything. But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, as you get older, you know, certain circumstances can change a person. And I'm not sitting up here saying that she automatically just gonna change overnight or something like that. But all the criticism has been on Dre and Michelle, but we're not looking at you know, the the idiotic decisions of Jalen Green either. Because let's just call it what it is. Jalen Green he hasn't been no saint either. And he's young, and we know that he's 22 and stuff. But there are some 22-year-olds that don't do the dumb shit that he was doing. I can guarantee you, there are some 22, there's some younger guys than him that probably not doing the dumb shit that he does or that he did. But for Swaggy P to sit up there and air out dirty laundry and stuff like that, bro, you breaking the bro code, man. You pretty much being a rat. You don't air, and that's that man's business. And whatever they did in that backseat, whatever she did, hey, that was her. He know what he was getting into. Maybe he gets off on that type of stuff. That's his decision. That's what he chose. That's what he chose to do. If he wanted to have a baby, with her, and she wanted to have a baby with him, hey, that's them. You actually are coming off like you're a little jealous. That's what it sounds like. You probably jealous because you couldn't never get none. That's what it sounds like. Because I'm not gonna sit up here and say that Dre isn't, she's ugly or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course she's gonna be attractive to some people, but my thing is this: once you get past that attraction part, then whatever all that flies out of the window when you become an evil person, and that was my only thing about her. But yeah, Swaggy P, man, he got issues, man. And I know he had. At first, I was actually on his side when all that stuff went down with him and D-Lo sitting up there spilling the beans and stuff like that, and was the cause of him and Iggy Azalea breaking up and stuff like that. I was pulling for Swaggy P, but man, now that you just made yourself look way worse in this situation. You made yourself look way worse than what D-Lo was looking at one point. And speaking of D-Lo, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna end it on this right here, man. Listen, D-Lo has been balling, man. Okay, I think okay, when D-Lo is scoring over 20 points, they're 16-7. The Lakers are 16-7. When D-Lo scores less than 20, they're 20-18. And then when D-Lo is not even playing at all, they're 0-5. So pretty much what that tells you is that D-Lo has been more beneficial than what people think. On top of that, D-Lo has been averaging, like, he started off, I think, averaging he was 13 points. He was shooting like 39%. I think since the break, D-Lo is averaging 22.5 points, and he's shooting a red hot 46% from 3-point. Man, that is phenomenal. D-Lo has been hooping, and more importantly, he's getting it done because he said this. He alluded to the fact like this. He said public humiliation has made him has evolved him into a killer. Listen, I give credit to what credit is due. I was on D-Lo's helmet. I was on his helmet at the, in the beginning of the year. I was saying that I didn't feel sorry for him because I didn't. But this is what I want to see. I want to see this type of D-Lo having tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Not as it pertains to the team, but just blocking everybody out and being in your own zone and going out there killing and being one of the better playmaking guards in the league, in which everybody had you when you were coming out of Ohio State. Because I certainly thought that's what you were going to be. I thought you had that type of potential from the beginning. Plus, you're another one that's still young. Everybody talks about Tatum being young and stuff like that. D-Lo isn't 30 yet. D-Lo ain't nothing but 26. And shout out to Lemon Pepper Lou, man. I found out that he really was from Louisville. I was thinking this whole time D-Lo was from St. Louis for some reason. I thought that nigga was from St. Louis. I thought he was from St. Louis, but he's from Louisville, Kentucky. But I like the fact that D-Lo he's standing on business right now. He's standing on business, and he's not here to defer to LeBron. He even said it. He wants all the smoke, good or bad. And I like that. I like that type of mentality that he has. That's what's going to help them. And if D-Lo is playing like this, the Lakers will have a shot. If he's shooting red hot like this, he can't be stopped. You said why do some men run their mouth so much? Like, are you talking about D-Lo, sweetie? You talking about Swaggy P? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you got and see that's what I'm saying. A lot of guys, man, they miss out on a lot of things because they end up running their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I agree with you. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. It's none of your business. Go find you some business. You had some business, and when you had some business, you fucked it up. He messed it all up. But yeah, D'Lo playing the way he's playing. He's red hot from three. Um, he can handle the rock. I mean, he's pretty much, man. This dude D'Lo, man. We got to call it what it is, okay? I know a lot of people are gonna sit up here and they're gonna say, LeBron has been the second best player on the team, but it's been D'Lo. It's been AD and it's been D'Lo. If D'Lo don't play good in a lot of those games, the Lakers don't win. Now you probably could have said that at the beginning of the year, but man, it hasn't been like that, especially since the All-Star break. Man, D'Lo has been red hot, man, and it's time. I'm giving him his credit, man. I'm giving him his credit. Like I said, I keep. I try to do my best to look at things for what they are. And when I was looking at D'Lo earlier in the year, all I was saying is that, okay, you can't sit here and be, crying, feeling sorry for yourself because nobody else is. Oh, okay, yeah. Grooming. Yeah, you talking about you talking about Dre and Michelle. Plus, she's back in the I mean, Dre and Michelle really hasn't she hasn't really let's just call it what it is. She was somewhat relevant, but she wasn't as relevant now she's all relevant again. So this is what some people wanted, or this is what she wanted. But yeah, D'Lo has been on fire. But yeah, you gotta learn. You just gotta shut up, man, and don't say nothing. Um, it's not your business. I don't know what attention that Nick Young was seeking, but he definitely he definitely ain't he definitely ain't right for what he did and what he said, man. He broke the bro code. Uh, and that leads me to think that Nick Young is kind of jealous. That's what I think. At least that's what I think. I could be wrong. If he's not jealous, he's not jealous. But it sounds like he's jealous. And this dude is younger than him. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get my spill on that. You said I bet if this was anybody else's daughter or son, this conflict. Why you say that, Sugar? That's a good point though. But why you say that though? I want to hear it. I want to hear from you on that. And you talking about? Are you talking about the fact that Jalen Green had got Drea Mitchell pregnant? Is that what it is? Because I mean, and you right about that. Shit like this goes on all the time. This goes on all the time. It's just that it's heightened at this degree because they in well she's in the NBA. You said my son is the same age as a guy, and I'm her age. That's nasty and disgusting. And anybody that don't think so, something is really wrong with them, or maybe they like them young, dumb, and full of cum. Yeah, yeah. But you know what though? You know what though, Brown? I've seen a lot worse. I've seen much worse. But if it would be different though. Let me tell you this though. I think it would be different if, let's say, Dre and Michelle was, um, let's say she was, let's say she was in her like early 30s or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And Jalen Green was like, let's say he was like 24 or 25. That's really not uncommon. That's really not uncommon. But I understand exactly what you're saying because a lot of people are accepting of it. Um, but see, what if okay, what if Jalen Green was 39 and Drea Mitchell was 22? Then will we be having a discussion because we also got to look at it from a gender sense too. We got to look at it from that. Nobody has really posed that question. Yeah, nobody has posed that question. And I try to look at it. I try to slice it straight down the middle because if we don't, then we looking at things one sided. But the fact that Drea, listen, I want to know what her whole her prime objective is because she's already raised a kid. You know what I'm saying? She's already raised a son and everything. Her son is he's grown right now. Okay, so now you're having to revert back to a whole nother, you got to go back to, like 18 years pretty much. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back and reshape your way of thinking. You know, you, now I don't know the type of money that she has, but 9 times out of 10, she probably gonna have, people there taking care of the baby and all this other stuff, have a nanny and all that stuff. But for the most part, she's gonna have to start all the way over again. And for some people, they can transition, they can go back and do that, and for some people they can't. Some people can do it, some people can't, man. But all right, y'all. I done uh I done talked my ish enough. Want y'all to like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications so that you're notified. It's straight to the point. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I'll be getting at y'all later.